going on, everybody? Very good morning. It's 4:49 a.m. in Los Angeles, and I fell asleep pretty early. I labeled this Insomniac, Qigong, Neigong I'm gonna do right now, but I fell asleep here on my couch, with all these sheets, comic books, and laptop and hard drives and action figures. So I was posting my show, Justice for Hire, and our new episode took me like 9 hours. So after a lot of editing this week, but we're gonna train. We're gonna train right now. I feel like I fell asleep there, and I woke up, fell asleep pretty early, and I woke up like, I don't know, like 4 something. So we're gonna train. I'm gonna do some qigong, some neigong, and waking up at this hour is actually really important in the Vedic practices, yoga, etc. Meditation work at 4 a.m. is considered what you're supposed to do. So when I have the opportunity to show up in that way, undisturbed, meaning that like right now I'm when I mean undisturbed, I mean like that I'm not disturbing somebody else. If I live with my girlfriend, she's not here right now, and it's so me waking up at this time. Not that I would be prevented if she was here, but it's just a different feeling when you're alone and you can have the true desire to get up and to show up for some of these practices very, very early in the morning. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it right now. And if you ever have any thoughts, questions, or ideas, I slept with this Santa hat on too. I fell asleep with this Santa hat on, even though I have the heat on, but it's still like a little cool in LA. And if you're just tuning in for the first time, my name's Coach Jan Lucanus, and I coach the U.S. Tai Chi push hands team. So we're like some of the top players in the world in a sport called Tai Chi push hands, which is also a sensitivity drill. And these sensitivity drills give you immense awareness of your own strength so that you can leverage it to do more things that you want to do in life and redirect pressures, internal and external, towards your goals. So I love Tai Chi push hands. I've grown up doing it, and my father does it. He's a 4-time world champ. I have 3 titles at the Tai Chi World Cup, and a bunch of others in other places that honestly don't matter as much. So, but I love doing this, and I love sharing it too. So I just want to make sure I have the right amount of light, which does not look like I do. So I'm going to turn on some more lights here to see if I can get if I need to, I'll actually turn on I'll turn on some production spotlights and stuff like that. But it seems like I'm in my PJs. So okay, cool. Let me just. There we go. Yep. Clean the lens a little bit, which did not seem to work as much as I would like it to. So hold on. But I always say on these streams, if you ever have a thought, question, or idea, if you don't know what Tai Chi is or Qigong is, just ask. I will explain it as best as I possibly can. I'll explain every movement that we'll do together as best as I possibly can. But just to give you my perspective of what Tai Chi is, I coach it as a human performance tool. So I look at it as a way for you to just increase your ability to do your thing, whatever that thing actually is. If you put Tai Chi at the foundation of your daily experience, or close to the foundation, maybe you have, yoga or meditation or prayer or something like that you do in your life that's at the foundation of your daily experience. If you put this at least close to it, you're going to feel some crazy benefits, I guarantee you. So, but essentially it's a system for breath work, visualization, and body mechanics, and combining those things. So we're going to combine breath work, visualization, and body mechanics right now. I'll show you exactly what I mean. So, feel free to do this standing or sitting. If you're going to sit, you're going to do something called push your sit bones into the ground or into the chair. So I'm just going to show you what I mean. If you wanted to do this sitting, You're gonna sit down, and if your spine, the bottom of your spine rolls back, you're going to push the where your pelvis meets your femur into the chair. So notice that I'm pushing that point, the boniest part on either side of my hips, into the chair to take away the curve at the lower back. Imaginary string lifts me from the top of the head, and I have very, very soft shoulders, soft upper chest, and all of this just relaxing into this straightened posture. You should feel as if you're rooting, you can feel the ground of the chair. So, but when you're going to stand, like I'm going to stand, I'll show you how to do that in my PJs. All right, is this good enough spotlight? Just let me know if it's not, guys. Shoulder width apart and parallel. Palms facing flat down. Imaginary string lifts you from the top of the head. Your fingers and your toes should be facing the same direction. Is that a Christmas tree in the background? Yeah, nice. You can see the Christmas tree in the mirror. Looks like it. Oh yeah, you can see the bookshelf of the Christmas tree. That's fun. Okay. Imaginary string lifts you from the top of the head. When you have this imaginary string, I'll use my little Santa hat here. You have this imaginary string lifting you from the top of the head. You should be able to feel cascading relaxation going down the spine. Now, I fell asleep on this couch, so my back feels a little more tense. My muscles feel not as relaxed as I would like them to feel. So, there are a few things when you have tension in your back, tension anywhere. Sometimes you can melt the tension just by thinking, release, let go. And you soften out, you relax, and you're good to go. Sometimes it's deeper, and when it's deeper than that, the next step, I inhale into my belly and I give the sensation of breathing a color. Now this is part of the Tai Chi system, so when you do this, keep your tongue on your ceiling of your mouth and slight tension in your anus. Tongue on the ceiling of your mouth, slight tension in the anus. And inhale into the belly. See the breath as a color, whatever intuitively comes to you. And then exhale, push that color, visualize it, going wherever you want to soften in the body. You exhale, push the color into that area, and you program that color to melt anything, any tension away. Now, another stage, yet a deeper stage of tension, may require actual massage, like holding, at the very least, myofascial release style massage, which is a style of massage where you hold the muscles at certain angles to have them relax. And so it's not just, it's not like a rubbing in, you're actually like holding. And definitely look it up on your own. I've apprenticed under Joseph Penna in New York, who's an amazing myofascial release masseuse. But it's not something I teach, and I have a lot longer to go in that. But the Qigong, very proficient at Qigong. Not to say that I don't have room to grow in that too. So let's get to it. Imaginary string lifts you from the top of the head, palms facing flat down, special attention on the middle finger of each hand, tongue on the ceiling, gently placed on the ceiling of the mouth with your mouth closed, all your breathing in and out through your nose, slight tension in the anus, inhale into the belly, exhale, wash the color down the arms, the palms and fingertips, inhale the color into the belly, exhale, washing the color down your arms, palms and fingertips. This is called gilded pillar. Do at least 6 breaths here. Now, as I said before, I fell asleep on this couch, and I can really feel that part of my hip is tense and out of alignment from not only sleeping on the couch, but working from the couch on my phone for 9 hours and stuff. So I gotta work all that out right now. We're gonna do it. Exhale, dropping the hand. Inhale, breath lifts the wrist. I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see here. Breath lifts the wrist, and we're going to exhale, push the color through the wrist. Inhale, Interlace the fingers, exhaling down. Soften the knees, going from the heels to the balls of the feet, and going up. Stretching out of the hips. The balls of the feet are off the ground, out of the shoulders. Notice that my palms are interlaced and facing the ceiling. And exhaling down. This is called uplifting heaven. Hands floating down, floating down. Inhaling up. Exhale, wash the color out. Inhale, even deeper. Interlace, exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. So yeah, we're gonna do like at least the 12 instead of Qigong, but I may mix in some yoga here too, because I really want to open up my body. And then I'll probably just go back to sleep. Or maybe not, maybe I'll stay up and then nap during the day, or maybe I won't nap at all, I'll just go to bed early again, which is the ideal. So now we're going to do a 2-stage inhalation. Inhaling up, stage 1. Inhale even deeper, stage 2. Now we're starting to train the breath. Exhale down. Inhaling up. Train the breath like a motor. The breath visualization, actually. Exhaling, washing color out. Why are we doing this? Why are we training the breath like a motor? Well, multiple reasons. You want to be able to do multiple movements with one breath, and each stage of that breath, whether it intensifies or softens, has an intention associated with it. So the slight shift in intention, shift in movement is connected to a shift in intention, and you can chain together intentions to get a single movement. So we do a lot of that right here. We train a lot of that mechanism. Warm it up right here. Inhaling up. That's stage 1. Inhale deeper, stage 2, to spin the finger and lift up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Now we'll do 3-stage inhalation. Inhaling up, stage 1. This time, exhale out. Push the color through the palms and fingertips as if you're washing color out of a hose, shooting it out. Inhale, stage 1. Even deeper, stage 2. Even deeper, stage 3. Again, inhaling up, stage 1. Exhale out. Inhale up, stage 1. Deeper, stage 2. Inhale deeper, like you're turning on a faucet, deeper, deeper. Stage 3. Exhale, wash that color out. Inhale, stage 1. Now we're going to do 4-stage inhalation. Even deeper inhalation, stage 2. Even deeper, stage 3. Soften your knees. Interlace the fingers. Even deeper, 4. Stretching out of the hips onto the toes, to the shoulders. Exhaling down. Again, notice this is one breath, 4 stages, even deeper, even deeper, even deeper. All right, do one more for the belly. Inhaling up, the obliques, use your lower back to expand the breath, and the entire waist. So just now what we did is called a chain. We're always focused deeper into the lower dantian, which is the second chakra in yoga, or the orange one. But the point, lower dantian, 3 finger lengths below the belly button, or 2 inches. However, while we're using this area initially, the area we're visualizing into is actually the centermost point of our body at this level. So at this level, centermost point of your body. Then, when you go deeper into that experience, you can start to activate different muscle groups, and all of them actually at the same time, but you want to warm yourself up. It's like, hey, you know what? You may not be able to, some people can't do a push-up right away, so you do push-ups on your knees to gain the strength. Similarly, you are using the belly first, and then you start to add in the obliques, and then you start to add in the lower back. And then eventually you use the entire waist to expand like a bell to draw the color into that centermost point in your body. So let's connect each breath to each section of the torso, so that we can, of the waist more specifically, so we can utilize the entire waist to gain a breath. Now, it's super important not to get distracted by your muscles, but to utilize your muscles to emphasize the visualization, the packing of the color and the breath here in the base of the belly, which does multiple things. One, I think in the most practical, or at least the most overt sense, you're going to find that your center of gravity is going to be lower, that you're going to be able to maintain a lower center of gravity. And in martial arts and fighting, which oftentimes you want to distract somebody or bring their center of gravity higher, so you make it easier to topple them, such as like a sweep or a throw, or etc. So there are many different ways to do that, to cause tension to someone, bring someone's mind up here. Oftentimes in Tai Chi, it's called their chi is rising. Oh, you can see their chi rising, and that's not inaccurate at all, but because chi is, I don't use the word chi too much, because there are so many interpretations of what that means. So I like to get really, really granular on what we're talking about. So we're talking about keeping your attention, your mind down here, so that your center of gravity is more focused, so that you're more rooted in your day. And the more that the mind comes up, that the attention comes up, that the stiffness comes up, tension and attention comes up, the higher you'll feel somebody is, and the more likely disconnected they are from the connection into the ground consciously. So in Tai Chi, you want to maintain a very conscious connection into the ground. So you notice that I not only soften my body mechanics, but my mind, my visualization goes down here too. So let's get right back to this 4-stage inhalation: belly, obliques, lower back, waist, while keeping the mind here. Don't get distracted by your muscles. Inhaling up, stage 1 with the belly. Inhale even deeper, stage 2 with the obliques, expanding outward, pumping the color and the breath into the center of the body, even deeper with the lower back. And then finally with the entire waist, expanding all directions. Exhale, washing the color down the arms and down the legs. We're going to do it again. This time I'm not going to turn. Obliques, lower back, and the entire waist. Belly, obliques, lower back, the entire waist. We'll do a few more to feel good. Belly, obliques, lower back, entire waist. Go onto your toes. Exhale, wash the color out. That color visualization, as you inhale into the belly, should feel like an orb expanding, expanding, expanding. It keeps every stage of inhalation, the color gets bigger. Almost like you have a sun, a bright star in this area. Obviously, there are many chakras in the body, many, like lots. But there's 7 main ones in the body, and some, energetically connected above and below, because we have lots of energy fields around our forms. So, one more. Big breath in. Exhaling out. Widen your stance. And I'm going to lower the camera just a little bit, because most of my stuff is going to be, most of our exercise going forward is going to be here. Okay. Hollow fists rest right on the hips. These hollow fists should feel like meditation almost, but they can turn into a punch at any moment. So they're hollow, gentle fists, very, very hollow. And we're not going to do any of the squeezing today. We're going to take these hollow fists, connect them right to the hips. The second you connect them to the hips, you're going to soften everything in between the shoulder and the wrist, so everything washes out. Unnecessary tension. Your seated position is going to have you with your tailbone facing down, imaginary string lifting you up. Weight mostly on the heels. Inhale deep and exhale, pelvis rotates on the femur. Inhale, breath pulls you to the side and up. Eyes on the belly button as you lean back, exhaling down. Inhale, breath pulls you to the side and up. Eyes on the belly button, exhaling down. Notice that my weight stays on my heels. Inhaling up. This is called dragon whips its head, and this exercise is wonderful for redistributing heat trapped in the body. So if you have heat, more specifically heat trapped in the chest cavity, around the heart, around the lungs. So this is in traditional Chinese medicine, that's what this exercise, one of the main benefits of it. And the breath should feel like a rope that you're climbing. So I'm talking right now, but as I inhale my breath, I'm just using my hands to illustrate. Looks like I'm climbing, and then I'm releasing. Inhaling, climbing, and then releasing the breath. So it's super important to recognize that the reason we're doing these warm-up exercises, these specific ones, is because they train core mechanics that you use all over Tai Chi and all over your day. And that's what I meant by what I said earlier, is that your Tai Chi becomes foundational in your daily experience. You want to start moving from the breath and the visualization, reverse it. You want to start moving, and for yourself, it's a little game you play with yourself. How can I open this door or pull out this chair with my connected breath visualization? You start asking yourself these questions, and you start getting a deeper experience in daily movement, daily operations that you already do. How do you write with the breath visualization? And it shouldn't distract you from your movements, it should enhance it. In fact, there's something in Indian culture, Sattvic culture, Vedic culture, called the Sattvic thought. And the Sattvic thought, if you have not heard me speak about this in the past, is a background thought. And in Western culture, the thing that is most closely related to a Sattvic thought is the idea of a song playing in your head over and over again. And it's hard to get that song out of your head. You're probably working or doing something else. So that's an unprogrammed or an unintentional Sattvic thought. It's a thought that's playing over and over again. In Vedic culture, the Sattvic thought, the ideal Sattvic thought, is Om, the sound of Om, always playing in your head. The sound of Om is considered the sound of the universe. So that is a highly intentional Sattvic thought. Remember, inhale, breath pulls you up like a rope, and then you release the breath. So you should visualize that stream pulling in and pulling and releasing. Reeling in, reeling in, reeling in to the belly, gathering like a sun, and then releasing, like uncoiling. So the Sattvic thought here, to give you a little bit more of a clear example of what we mean, or what I mean for as applied to Tai Chi, your Sattvic thought is your color visualization of your breath. So you want to be able to pull that in. I'm coming up one more time. Exhale down. And just, we're going to sit here for a second while I finish this idea. My palms are facing down, fingers are facing each other. My shoulders are soft, my triceps are slightly inflated, only to allow this shape, this very subtle shape here. Notice that the shoulder blades disappear to the upper back. Protraction of the scapula, it's called. So we're staying here, staying seated. And we might even, this is actually the beginning of big orbit Qigong, so we may change up our plans a little bit today and do some big orbit Qigong. But yeah, finishing the thought, the breath visualization in everything you do. And that means that you have to really enjoy this stuff, you know? And the Tai Chi, the Neigong, the Qigong. Qigong is actually a broad term, and Tai Chi is Qigong. Any breathwork, visualization, biomechanic kind of exercise is Qigong. So it's a very broad category. Neigong is more specific. It's like weightlifting for intention, and we're going to do some of that now. It's highly isolated exercises. So I love doing that stuff. It built a lot of strength, a lot of sensitivity. And this is one of those exercises. This is a Neigong exercise from the Big Orbit set of Neigong. So maybe we'll do big orbit stuff first, and then maybe we'll do some 12 yin set. Or maybe we'll mix up some yoga. I don't know. At this point, I want to make finish this thought. So it is done. 6 breaths here. When you do these exercises, they're not just you standing, even though just standing is pretty awesome. And when I said about love, smile for yourself. There's always an inward smile just for you. It's inward, and it's directed internally. So gentle smile on your face. Remember, when you smile, there's all these wonderful physiological effects that happen for all of us. So you want to give yourself an intentional smile inward while doing these exercises. And my family's Tai Chi Sifu, which means like a masterful father figure, Sifu, in Chinese culture. My family Sifu would always say that eventually you want all of your organs, all of your cells to smile. You want to have that inward, that smile directed inward, permeate all the cells in the body. And just think about expanding your awareness for that feeling. That same feeling that you're smiling, your brain is starting to activate and release certain chemicals by nature of the smile. That just happens for all of us. But imagine that same sensation happening in every cell. And directing that smile inward. We're spending more time in this posture than I initially wanted, but these are important things to talk about. When you're in these postures, of course, you don't really want to be talking too much. You want to be focusing on the breathing, and we're going to inhale into the belly, and the breathing and the visualization. Drawing the breath, the color. You're inhaling up the soft part of the arm into the belly. Actually, for big orbit breathing, we're going to do a little bit different. You're going to inhale up the front of the body, like a tidal wave. The visualization should feel like a wave coming up, and then exhale down the back like a waterfall into the heels. I will say this, if you've been taught to breathe differently, up the back, down the front, continue that. Just reverse everything I'm saying. If that is something that you normally do on that's part of your routine. So do not change it up for me. But if you have not done it before, I recommend breathing up the front and down the back. I personally feel, well, maybe this way. I was trained up the front, down the back first, and then another master, martial arts, Tai Chi Luha Bafa, which predates Tai Chi for some historical records, told my father to not change it up because it can cause challenges in the brain. If you're very proficient at it and you suddenly switch, it can cause some challenges, health challenges, and you don't want to do that. So I was trained up the front, down the back. Anytime I've changed going up the back, down the front, I don't feel as happy. Just that slight shift in breathing I can feel in my body. However, when I train for competition, I do shift for certain postures up the back, down the front. So, take it with a grain of salt, but just recognize that everything we do does affect us. So nothing is meaningless. So I'm going to inhale up the front, rolling my breath from the toes up my body to the top of my head. Exhale down the back from head to heels. 6 breaths here. And palms now, looking like I'm holding a little bowl here. Notice that my scapula is still protracted, my shoulder blades disappear into the upper back. Shoulders are soft, not up, relaxed and down. And inhaling up the front, down the back, 6 breaths. Now we're going to lift the hands up. This is probably the most classic Qigong, Neigong exercise anyone's seen ever, of all time. This is called hugging the tree. And notice that I have a little wind beneath my wings here, so the elbows are slightly away from the ribs. Shoulder blade, remember, scapula protracted, shoulder blades disappearing. That helps the energy, the circulation shoot to the palms and fingertips faster. Stay seated in your half horse stance, which means shoulder width and half apart. Imaginary string lifts you from the top of the head, and relaxation cascades down the spine, keeping you aligned. Inhaling 6 breaths. 6 up the front, inhale, exhale down the back. I am a little sleepy, so my eyes are closing, but your eyes should actually stay open. You pick something in front of you, in the distance ideally, to focus on. And then palms turn forward, 6 breaths. Notice the wind is still a little beneath the wings, shoulder blades. Shoulders are still soft. 6 breaths, inhale up the front, exhale down the back. Inhale, bring the hands up so they're just above the head. From the side, you can see that they're out here. Tailbone down, shoulder blades protracting, scapula protracting, shoulder blades disappear into the upper back. Imaginary string lifts you from the top of the head. And make sure you're seated, not like standing, but like actually bending the legs, weight on the heels. 6 breaths, inhaling up the front, exhaling down the back. I'm also fasting right now. I'm doing like a 36-hour fast, so it's probably why I'm up. Fell asleep early, wake up early. When you fast for a certain amount of time, like 36 hours apparently, you get like a 400% boost in naturally produced human growth hormone. I'm very interested in that, for muscle recovery, for growth, for strength. Palms facing out. And 6 more breaths. So our palms were in, now palms out. And if you notice that I may have come up a little bit standing up gradually, just sit back down. Remind the body to sit back down. Inhale up the front and stand, reaching the hands up, palms still facing the same direction. Exhale, lower the palms as if you're sliding your fingers on a wall, and lower the hips. Standing up, inhaling up the front of the body, exhaling down the back. It should look like this from the side, from the side. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. I'll do about 12 of these. And this has a lot of martial arts application as well, in terms of just the mechanic of being able to suddenly drop weight into an opponent's limbs or joints. So when you exhale, it should feel like a cable's been cut on an elevator and it's falling slow motion. That's how the hips, lower back area should feel. Inhaling up. Exhaled. Color visualization and the hips dropping, hands going with it. So you're transferring that drop of the hips into the hands, that sense of weight. Six more. Now inhale, spread apart. Exhale, push together. This should feel like you're gently pulling a sticky substance like taffy, like that candy taffy. And exhale, squishing a sponge, a wet sponge. Inhale, pulling apart. Exhale, gentle squeezing together. And you should feel the energy between the arms, the sensation on the wrists, fingers, forearms. Compressing the ether, pulling it apart. Deepening the awareness. And now, we're going to stay seated for the next 6. Okay, inhaling up. And this time when you inhale, you're going to spread the awareness, the mind, as far as you can. Visualize beyond your body. Just how much information can you take in? Can it be the room? Can you feel the walls? Can you go beyond that? Building, neighborhood, etc., planet, galaxy, solar system, galaxy, etc. Visualize as far as you can. And when you exhale, condense your awareness to your center line. Again, that imaginary string that lifts you from the top of the head. Condense the center line. Inhale, expand the awareness as far as you can. Exhale, bring it right back to center. Check in with yourself as well. for your breathing, for tension in the breath. Tension, unnecessary tension costs you energy, costs you time. So you want to be frugal with how you expend your energy. Just now I was checking in with, I noticed that my right nostril was a little tight, creating some tension down here. All the way down, I could trace that tension down my neck, down here. So I had to really go internal and say soften. I had to tell myself soften to my nostrils, to my sinuses. So you can speak to your body and have it respond. 3 more. And now we're going to inhale open, like you're holding a globe. And as you open, you're going to lean back, exhaling. Inhaling up, back to the hands together, exhaling down. And sink, sit. This is called woman's womb is the earth. Inhaling up as you go up, exhaling as you go back and down like you're holding a globe. Eyes on the belly button. Inhaling, going up, hands diving forward, connecting, exhaling as they go down. Inhale up, exhale back. Inhale up, exhale down. When you exhale down, you're pushing the color visualization through the index, middle finger, and thumb. Special attention on the middle finger of each hand. Lower back, you'll see you're going to use the abs to support. Inhaling up, 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 up. Exhale. From an angle, use your abdominal muscles, eyes on the belly button. Hold the world like Atlas. And then inhale, come up, connect the hands, exhaling down. Inhale up, exhale. It's really a great exercise. Really coordinating the breath. Every time you rise, you're inhaling. Every time you lean, you lower, you're exhaling. You really want to have that sensation of the circulation going up this soft part of the arm into the belly. And as you exhale down the hard part of the arm to the fingertips. Inhaling into the soft part, exhaling out the hard part. So as I exhale down, going down the outside of my arms, the hard part. Inhaling, coming up the soft part. Four more. Stay seated. We're going to transition into Jade Rabbit watches the moon. Right hand over left. Left comes over right. Exhale. Right hand over left. Inhale even deeper, left comes over right. Exhale, sink and sit. Inhale, right comes over left. Left comes over right. Now the camera may be flipping this, but it should be right hand over left. It's one of the most important Qigong exercises, and here's why. This is all about energy storage, this exercise. So now that we have the choreography, coordination of the breath, we shift into the visualization. Color gathers in the belly. It gets even brighter as we inhale our second stage. Exhale, we condense it. It becomes super bright, so we condense it. And then we flatten it, the visualization. Our second exhalation. Inhale, stage one, gather. Even deeper, stage two, it gets brighter. It gets super bright as we compress it, condense it, and then we flatten it and make room for more. We start to stack on top of it. That gets brighter. Even brighter as we compress it, condense it, flatten it. Every breath you're taking gathers energy and strength in the body. Then you start thinking about it as the ether, not just your visualization. Gathering the energy in the belly, the ether. It overflows. That's how much you're inhaling here. You compress it, it becomes highly concentrated. And then you flatten. Notice the shift in my language. I've used 3 different ways to describe the experience so far. First was just breath, then was color visualization. Now we're talking about energy and ether. All 3 different things that are walking us down the rabbit hole of connecting into these powerful exercises. Finally, it's just the concept of faith. Again, knowing every breath you take, you get stronger. 6 more up and down, then we'll do 6 seated. Seated. So no more pumping of the legs. Just stay seated. Inhaling second stage, exhale stage 1, exhale deeper stage 2. Inhale stage 1. Inhale deeper stage 2, exhale stage 1, exhale deeper stage 2. Even the hand movement alone is known to create some wonderful benefits in traditional Chinese medicine, circulation benefits. But with the color visualization, the breath work, all this coordination, the intention, it changes, becomes even deeper. And you can feel the results. This will charge you up like a battery. Think of this exercise as recharging your battery, specifically this exercise. Because of that, I'm going to do another 6 just without talking. Shift to one side, close the stance, parallel feet, shoulder width apart, inhaling up, even deeper, exhaling down, inhaling up, even deeper, You know, we're going to go with one more Qigong exercise, because I just realized we didn't work the waist enough. So, we're going to take this exercise, hugging the tree that we already did earlier, and we're going to turn this into the crank exercise. So we're inhaling deep, exhale like you're dumping a barrel to your side, inhaling up. You can stand up, exhale, dumping a barrel, inhaling up. Think of you're holding a barrel on the side, like this. And as I exhale, one hand drops and softens, the other one is tilting it over. Then inhaling, that bottom hand inflates upward, and the exhale, this hand is softly, gently pulling while the other hand is pushing. Notice that one hand, the pushing one, is going to push directly across your shoulder line. The eye is going to stay on the highest finger, middle finger. Inhaling up, exhale. Eye stays on that middle finger until the other one's up, and then it switches, and exhale. Inhaling up, exhale. Notice that I'm standing on the inhalation, sitting on the exhalation. Really working the spine. Notice that my spine, my central line is staying straight, as if a string's lifting me from the top of the head to the sky. As if my body's dangling from that string. It helps the hip alignment, everything. Now we're going to stay seated. And when you do these exercises, this speed, this control, emphasizing the waist, coordination with the breath, creates a wonderful massage for the organs. The organs should all, as you do any of the exercises, feel like they're naturally sinking and sagging. They're not being tensely held in place by any particular muscle group, etc. So really check in with yourself, scan your body as you're doing these exercises. Do your best to soften any unnecessary tension, and then bring your mind back to the exercise itself. And to be able to do that may take some time, so the muscle memory for the exercise goes on autopilot. Now we're going to bring one foot forward, keeping the other one back, similar to a boxing stance, or a front stance. One foot 70% of the weight forward, other foot 45 degrees out, foot forward, foot 45 degrees out. Same hugging the tree. Inhale deep, exhale, sink and sit. Inhaling up, exhale. Notice that my spine alignment changes a little bit on this one, meaning that I'm still straight, but pelvis is rotating on the femur, so the spine stays straight, and straight meaning in relation. It's straight here, it's still straight here. I'm not bending my back, but I am adjusting the angle which my back is facing. And that's to make this realistic as a grappling move. So this is a Qigong exercise mixed with experiential Tai Chi push hands from the Tai Chi World Cup. That's the team I coach. Inhaling up, exhale, this is a crank, throwing someone over their hip or thigh, or timing it to just get them with the arm shape. Inhaling up, exhaling down. And you'll notice now I'm actually pivoting my back heel, similar to a boxer. My front leg is staying pretty stationary. When I say stationary, I mean that 70% of the weight is going to remain on there as much as possible. But there's actually shifts going on in my front leg. Heel, ball, foot, big toe, exhaling. Meaning that different points of my foot I am shifting my awareness into, but we're going to focus mostly on the overt part of the exercise, which is the waist movement. Inhaling up, exhale, sink and sit. And now 6 more seated. Notice I'm not pumping up and down as much. And switch legs. And back to pumping. Inhale up, exhale, sink and sit. Eye stays on the middle finger, the high hand. Still inflating the bottom hand as it comes up. Exhaling, this hand is sticking like it's as if it's gently pulling, but more so sticking and dropping its weight. To stick and drop your weight looks like a pull, but it's not actually a pull. It's a drop. So while the result might be pull, it's different than how we often refer to pulling. So it should bring up a different chain reaction in the mind or in the body when you clarify what is actually happening. Sticking, meaning connected to a point, and then soften your weight. And that stickiness will help you drag that weight, that point that you're connected to, downward with your weight, with gravity. So it's technically not a pull, but the experience for someone who doesn't have the clarification might feel like a pull. The top arm is definitely angling over. It looks like a push, and it is to an extent, but only similarly to this, as this is a pull to an extent. So you're actually turning your waist. You're creating a shape and turning the waist. So I'm not pushing the arm, I'm actually turning by nature of the turn, creating that angle that we want. So just getting more specific with language. And if I wasn't as sleepy, I would be even more articulate. And now 6 more, seated. So when I say seated again, when you do this, it really becomes more emphasized on the waist, more control rather than pumping the leg. Uplifting heaven. This is awesome too, because now I feel my spine aligned more after that. That was literally the thing I was looking for to help readjust for me falling asleep on this couch. I'm getting a little sleepy. Let's see what time it is. I think we're gonna do a little bit more. I can't believe I've been here an hour doing this with you guys. This is pretty cool. Okay. We're going to do one more Qigong exercise, and then we're going to move into a little bit of yoga to cool down, and we'll probably do 3 yoga exercises. So, because I don't want to get too worked up, especially with my fast. Like I said, I'm doing a 36-hour fast, so I do my best not to go too hard when I fast. So, this last exercise is actually from the 12 yin set of Qigong from the Yang, from the Wu style Tai Chi, and excuse me, let me say that again, I'm sleepy. From the 12 Yang set of Qigong from the Wu style of Tai Chi. So, this is called Sleeping Tiger Rolls Over. And your feet are going to be parallel, meaning my back foot and my front foot. They're parallel here when I'm shoulder width apart. They remain parallel and shoulder width apart as I step back. Notice that I'm not keeping my back up, but I'm keeping a straight line from the top of my head to my heel. Got some tension in the shoulder here, which I want to work out with that yoga. So, toe, knee, nose alignment. My nose is over my knee, my knees are over my big toe, but my weight, the back hip, is going to soften into this groin, the front leg groin, so it's going to create a little bit of a compression here. You're going to spiral into that front leg, it's going to help you root. And notice that I just fixed my back foot because it wasn't as parallel as it could be. I'm going to have one hand forward, other hand to the side, and I'm going to cover using the waist, and the hip, pick the other hand up in front, cover. Hand goes to the side, hand in front. Connect your breath to this. So, exhaling for one, inhaling for the other. You can get more dynamic with the breath work as well. There are many variations here. But right now we want to do the first exercise. There's 5 variations that I do of this in terms of the movement variation. There's breath variation and movement variation. You're using the waist and the hips, so you're extending, and at the arms, you're not straightening the arms, you're reaching through a curve. So go as far as you can with a natural, nice curve without a full flex lock. The middle finger comes up in front of the nose and then covers and removes prep. Let's say you're covering or moving an arm out of the way, like a block or a redirection. from the side. And switch legs. This is great because like I said, falling asleep on the couch, I feel some soreness. Which always happens to me when I fall asleep on couches. Even though it's so tempting. I'm like, this is so comfy, I don't have to get out. One breath up, one breath down. Drawing the color into the arms and pushing it out. Inhale from the arm into the belly, exhale from the belly out the arm. From the side again. And switch legs. Now we're going to make this a little bit bigger. Notice now, instead of just keeping the waist here, I'm going to start making a big turn. Big turn. Side. The big turn is really connecting the waist even more to the brushing of the, once you lift up, then you brush aside with big waist turn, really connecting it more. And switch legs. Side again. And switch legs. And we're going to get super precise now, make it smaller. So notice that the brush, instead of being big, is going to be small with the hand. And that hip and waist are going to work in tandem with this. So it's all together at the same time. It's not just a hand movement, it's a full body power movement. And every small circle that you have adds together when coordinated, especially with the breath, adds to this centrifugal force. Side. One. So we switch sides. When I have my lead leg and lead hand out, the hip is pushing out. Again, hip is pushing out here. Backhand, hip is pushing forward. Switch legs. And now we're going to do a roll. So last time we did a big move. This time we're going to be more precise with the roll. Meaning that rather than waving the body to the side, we're going to roll here. Rolling it as if you're in a tunnel. And switch legs. Again, the roll from the side. Switch legs, and finally, the fifth way that I like to do it. We're going to do the reverse breathing Tai Chi now. We're reversing all the breathing. We're going to inhale up, and we're going to, with reverse breathing Tai Chi, there's a whole bunch of body mechanics. So, in Grandmaster William C.C. Chen's Yang style Tai Chi, not Yang style Qigong, two different things, the posture will be up like this. We're not doing that. We're going to keep it here, but we're going to take keep the concept of the imaginary strength, the straight line from the back heel to the top of the head from Wu style, and we're going to bring some of the Yang style body mechanics into this. Hands soft, and then we're going to inhale. Breath lifts the index, middle finger, thumb, and the counterbalance is always going to be to do the same thing on the other hand to create a full shape. So the shape starts here, finishes here. Shape reaching up, shape finishing down. Inhaling up, stretching through the hip. Exhale, down, down, down. Notice that it's very similar concept, the exercise. I'm reaching through opening the hip here, pressing the big toe to the ground, the ball of foot. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Inhaling up, 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 reach. And then exhale like you're deflating. 2 more each side. You should really feel the stretch. Because this is an awkward angle and you exhale, switch. When you can create strength and balance in these awkward angles, you create a lot more dynamism for your ability to move. Inhaling up. Notice that my other hand is reaching down as this is reaching up to create finish the shape, complete the shape. Exhale, going to sleep. Inhale, when you inhale, it feels like you're waking up. Finish the shape. Exhale. 4 more each side. Starting to sweat a bit in this hat. One more each side. Reach all the way through the curve. Maintain the curve, but extend it as much as you can. Exhale. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. I feel my whole spine very aligned, my waist very stretched and activated. Big breath up. Stretching out of the hips onto the toes. And it's very easy to call it a day there, but we're going to just finish up with a few yoga exercises. They're all going to be from this posture. Feet not shoulder width apart, but even smaller under the sit bones. Remember your sit bones, you cut your hips in half of each one. Cut that into half again, and that center point on each side, it's going to be where your heels are going to be. That should be under your sit bones directly. The pelvis meets the femur. Follow the heels all the way down as if there's a straight line from that point. Sunk in the belly button, as if it's being pulled by a string through the spine. Lift the collarbone, just the collarbones. Interlace the thumbs and go up. Once you have this posture, reestablish it. Belly button, collarbone, fingertips. And then the lower back, lifting out of the hips, all the muscles of the lower back. Visualize them going up, and then hold. Belly button, collarbone, fingertips. Middle back, all the muscles going up, 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 hold. Belly button, collarbone, fingertips. Upper back, shoulder blades, everything disappearing, going up, up, up. Sucking the belly button, collarbone, fingertips. And finally the shoulders, going up, up, up. Belly button, collarbone, fingertips. Maintain the posture, exhale, drop the hands. Drop the chin, exhaling, going down one vertebra at a time. Softly, one vertebra at a time. Once you go down all the way, as much far as you can, fold your arms and hang. Soften your neck. Keep the knees straight. Release the arms. Suck in the belly button, one vertebra at a time, come up. Up, up, up. So, I'm going to do that again. We're going to do 2 of each one of these. And, you know, one of the reasons I do this is because it's not just a great stretch, but it's so corrective. You know, and sometimes I have to do it. I have to correct my posture. So, and this is one of those times, because I could feel it when I was doing it. I was like, oh, here's stuff that I didn't stretch or warm up in the Qigong exercises. So, remember, Tai Chi, yoga, none of these things are an answer to everything, but they're all going to give you your own compass to find the answers yourself. So you may use one, then use another, but you have to be able to find that core thing and stick to it. Keep deepening it. Sucking the belly button. Collarbone. Interlace the fingers. I recommend switching the thumb position from last time to this time. Then reestablish belly button. Collarbone, fingertips. Lower back lifting up. Out of the hips. Hold. Belly button. Collarbone. Fingertips. Middle back lifting out of the lower back. Visualize the muscles going up. And hold. Belly button. Collarbone. Fingertips. Upper back lifting out of the middle back. And hold. Belly button. Collarbone. Fingertips. Shoulders lifting out of the upper back. Cover the ears. Hold. Belly button. Collarbone. Fingertips. Maintain the posture and lower all the arms as you exhale. Then drop the chin into the chest. And then collapse the chest. Go down one vertebra at a time. And then use the breath to soften the muscles around the vertebrae. And visualize one melting off the next. One vertebrae melting off the next. Holding arms in hand, keep the weight on the heels. Coming up one vertebra at a time. That felt great. We're going to do 2 more exercises. They'll start the same, at least 2 more. Sucking the belly button, collarbone, and joints the thumb, fingertips. Switch the thumbs again, I recommend. Reestablish belly button, collarbone, fingertips, and this time you're going to drop the hips back, tailbone arching back. You're going to hold that arch, sucking the belly button, collarbone, fingertips, and lift out of that arch the lower back muscles. And hold, belly button, collarbone, fingertips. Middle back lifting out the lower back. Hold, belly button, collarbone, fingertips. Upper back lifting out of the middle. Hold, belly button, collarbone, fingertips. Shoulders lifting out of the upper back. Hold, belly button, collarbone, fingertips. And then look up. Interlace the fingers, put it underneath the chin. Lifting up, inhaling. I'm arching my back, Exhaling down, pelvis rotates in the femur. Inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up. Exhale down. Inhale, arching. Breath is lifting the eyes and the collarbone. Exhale, weight shifts to the heel, go down. Inhale, get the arch again. Exhale, going down, keeping the weight on the heels, fold the arms, and then shift the weight to the balls of the feet. So you shift forward, drop the head, keep the knees straight. Inhale, do. Exhale through the neck, shoulders, chest. Breath is lifting, two strings connected to the hips, to the ceiling. And then release the arms, shift the weight back to the heels, and suck in the belly button, one vertebrae at a time, come up, inhaling. So I definitely needed that stretch, an area that's very tense right now. I think from my trip to New York, I was carrying lots and lots of bags for a long time. Crazy heavy bags, like, so this is great. One more of these. All right, second belly button, collarbone, fingertips. Belly button, collarbone, fingertips. And then arch the lower back, tailbone arching back. Keeping the legs straight as possible, not locked, but reaching back. And once you have that arch in the lower back, suck the belly button in, lift the collarbone and the fingertips. Now out of that lower back, we're going to lift, visualize the muscles lifting out of the hip line in the lower back area. And then once you get that lift, hold it there, suck the belly button in again, collarbone to fingertips. So we're stacking. Middle back lifts out of the lower back. Hold, suck in the belly button, collarbone, fingertips. Upper back lifts out of the middle back. Hold, belly button, collarbone, fingertips. And the shoulders lift out of the upper back. Hold, belly button, collarbone, fingertips. Looking up. Interlace the fingers under the chin. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Again, arching the back, weight on the heels. Inhaling, lift the collarbone, the fingertips. Notice that the hands support opening the rib cage. Exhaling down, as if the elbows are flying out but the fingers are stuck together. Exhaling down, inhaling up. Exhaling down. Inhaling up, up, up. Exhaling down. Fold the arms and hang. Shift the weight to the balls of the feet, fold the arms and hang. Breathe the way back to the heels. Suck in the belly button, come up one vertebrae at a time. Very nice exercise. Okay, last of this standing set. Interlace my fingers and keep my index fingers touching. Sucking the belly button, lift the collarbone. Weight on the heels, and then the fingertips going up. The fingertips, a little detail about it, should feel like they're being pulled by a string rather than you pushing up. So it's not me pushing up, they're being lifted. Two very different biomechanics. So the sense of being lifted up. And then once you get that general lift, you reestablish the posture, meaning sucking the belly button again, as if the string's pulling it through the tail, the spine. All the abdominal muscles contracting, flushing into the singular point of the belly button. Collarbone lifting up, and fingertips going up, up, up. Being lifted. And now visualize the lower back muscles lifting out of the hip line. Visualize them going up to activate them. And then once you get them activated, up, hold that posture, and then reestablish belly button, collarbone, fingertips. And now we stack, visualizing the middle back muscles lifting out of the lower back. Once you get a lift, hold, belly button, collarbone, fingertips. Upper back lifting out of the middle back. And hold, belly button, collarbone, fingertips. And then shoulders lifting out of the upper back. Hold, belly button, collarbone, fingertips. Look up. Be very careful, very, very super careful with this exercise. Looking up, shifting the weight to the balls of the feet. And lifting out of the lower back. Lift the chest, collarbone to the ceiling, fingertips behind you, and hold. Lifting out of the middle back. Belly button, collarbone to the ceiling, fingertips behind you, lifting out of the upper back. Belly button, collarbone, fingertips, and the shoulders. Belly button, chest or collarbone to the ceiling or sky, fingertips behind you. And bring everything back to center. Belly button, collarbone, fingertips up. Exhale down. Drop the chin to the chest. Exhaling, going down one vertebra at a time. Keep the legs straight and then sucking the belly button, come on up right away. Don't even fold the arms, just come right back out. Sucking in the belly button, one vertebra at a time. Beautiful. Okay, one more of these. And this time when you interlace the fingers, I recommend every time you shift, switching the sides. Every time you do it, I recommend alternating. Training the brain to alternate. Training yourself to alternate. So belly button, collarbone, fingertips alternate. The last time. Fingers go up. Feet under the sit bones, heels under the sit bones, weight on the heels. Sucking the belly button, collarbone, fingertips. Lower back lifting out of the hip line. Hold, belly button, collarbone, fingertips. Middle back lifting out of the lower back. Hold, belly button, collarbone, fingertips. Upper back lifting out of the middle back. Hold, belly button, collarbone, fingertips. Shoulders lifting out of the upper back. Hold, belly button, collarbone, fingertips. Look up. And like I said, be very cautious here. Gentle on yourself. Some people can go very far back. It doesn't. Just make sure that you have control. Shifting the weight on the balls of the feet, hips forward, lifting the lower back out of the hips. Again, chest reaches to the ceiling or sky, fingers reach behind you. Hold. Now, lifting the middle back out of the lower back, and then chest to the sky, and fingers behind you. Hips forward a little more. Hold. Upper back out of the middle back, chest to the sky, fingers back and hips forward a little more. Shoulders out of the upper back, collarbone to the ceiling, fingers back, hips forward a little more, and then come back. Belly button, collarbone, fingertips. Lift, reestablish the lift again. Maintain the posture as you only lower the arms and exhale. And drop the chin. Exhaling down. One vertebrae at a time going down. Inhale, come up one vertebrae at a time. I did not expect to go for almost 2 hours. Wow, it's 6:31. So I'm gonna go down right now and gonna just stretch here. Thanks for everyone that's joined. Really cool. So many folks in the morning. Bye. And going down to child's pose. Cycle it. Every time you should be able to go back a little farther. If you need to use a pillow under the ankles or under the butt, that'll help you with this exercise a lot. And the belly button come up. I think we'll do one more exercise. We'll do the plow. Keep on saying one more exercise, and here I am. Still doing it. Alright, so plow. Lay down. Stretching my fingers up. Fixing my Santa hat. And push it back. I'm going to grab the inside of my feet and just relax here. See if I can. Yeah, you guys get it. Make sure you let the knees splay outward. And then exhale, come down one vertebra at a time. Use the abs to control the speed at which you come down. Reaching out. I said one more exercise, but you gotta do the counterbalance to that. Hands and ankles. Inhale, push up. Ankle. Inhale, lift the hips. Up, up, up. See from the side. Push the heels into the ground, try to stand up. Exhale, drop down. Do another plow. Again, holding the inside of my legs, my feet, letting the knees play. Drop down a little bit to get so you can actually see. Nice and small in the back. I'm gonna go up. Circle it down. Back to the plow. Come down one vertebra at a time. Heels down. They go up, up, up. Try to stand up for the legs. Some more. One more. I'm just going to drop my knees to the side, move to the opposite side. Inhaling out. Exhale, drop them to the other side. Inhaling out. I'm going to switch sides, or go into my chest. Keep the arms out to the side, looking to my left foot's gonna lift up, over my back, exhaling down. Inhaling up, exhale, dropping down. To the side, looking to my right side. My right foot goes up, inhaling, exhale, drop it down. Inhaling up. Exhale, drop it down. Inhaling out. Keep my hands up. And going down. Sitting back. Forward. Second for second. Forehead toward the tailbone. And back. tailbone arching the back, eyes, collarbone up. Gonna go back down, just doing a little finishing routine. Look in the eye, head to my right. Inhale deep. Exhale, soften. Inhale up. Eyes looking up, collarbone being pulled up by the breath. Belly button pushing into the ground. Feet together, toes down. Hands coming up gently to support. Inhaling up. Exhale down. Look to the other side. Inhale deep. Exhale. And looking over, inhaling, going up. Eyes up. Belly button down. Hands forward to support. Inhaling up. Hands back, exhaling, going down one vertebrae at a time. To the side. Inhale deep. Let me just lay here for a second. Take your knuckles, and massage the lower back, the kidneys, make circles. Going down, back up to the kidneys. And then reverse the circles. Down. Last one. Look to the side. Do the same thing one more time with the knuckles. On the kidneys, start making circles. Strong but gentle pressure going all the way down to the hip line. And then come back up. Relax. Inhale deep. Exhale, melt into the ground. Totally go to sleep here, given that I woke up early to do this stuff. So, I'm going to finish up with a little meditation. And it's getting very bright outside. I'll show you outside in a second. Inhale, white line to the belly. Spread the whole body. Use the sound to wash the body with the vibration. And if you don't meditate, it's fine. If you don't think about auras or anything like that, that's also fine. But what you will find value in acknowledging here is the concept of using the sound as a vehicle for your attention combined with visualization, and to expand your awareness through the body by feeling the vibrations caused by the sound throughout your entire body, because that's what happens when we speak. So we're going to create a long sound so that you can have enough time to feel the vibration in the body through every pore as deeply as you can, through every cell as deeply as you can. And every time you do it, you're going to get better at it. And you're going to add a visualization to that awareness. You're going to drive the awareness with the color white, like white light, wherever the vibration goes in your body, wherever you can feel it, wherever you drive your attention to in the body. Use the vehicle of the sound combined with the light, the visualization of the light. Inhale white light into the belly, and use the sound ah, push it through the whole body. String lifts you from the top of the head. Again, one more time. Inhaling up, exhaling down. We're going to do some breathing exercises here. Not necessarily Qigong, more of my Sunday morning meditation routine. So you guys are going to get a little insight into this. You know, I'm going to spend about an hour here. I don't think I'm going to do a whole hour, but I might. Who knows? Inhale, white light. We're going to do 10 seconds. In, hold for 7 seconds, and then 10 seconds out. Inhale for 10 seconds, starting now. Hold for 7. 10. Good stuff. When you say ah, you're exhaling the white light. When you inhale, you're inhaling the white light. Now we're going to go for 20. Inhale 20. Hold 16. Exhale 20. Ready, and go. Hold. Good stuff. Now we're going to go for 30. We're going to inhale for 30 seconds. We're going to hold for 22 seconds. And we're going to exhale for 30 seconds. And of course, if this is too much for you, focus on doing the 10 seconds again. 10 seconds, 7 seconds, 10 seconds. 10, hold 7, exhale 10. Or find whatever is comfortable for you. Ready? And go. Inhale 30 seconds. Hold. Inhale up the front. White light. Exhale, roll down the back, just like the big orbit breathing we were doing earlier. Inhale up the left. White light. Exhale down the right. White light. Inhale, white light to the belly. Open the hands. And we're going to blast light, visualizing it coming out of the hands, above the head. Start painting with it in front of the body. All the way beneath the body, like you're making a big ring in front of you and behind you. Inhale, white light. Make another ring on the side, painting with the hands, pushing the light out. Inhale deep, fill in the corners with the fingertips and light, making more rings around you on the corners. Go. Again, extend as far as you'd like. Go behind you. Inhale, white light. And fill in all the gaps of the rings by swirling around from the bottom to the top. Inhale the white light, feel a big bubble of light around you, and expand that light by pushing it farther and farther, expanding it out. Take the same light. Look at the palms, keeping the eyes closed. Palms are like mirrors or like hoses of light. And we're going to blast some light from one hand through the face, down the receiving arm. Pull it through that arm. So from my right hand, through my face, through my throat, down my shoulder of my left arm, all the way through my left fingertips. Inhale deep. And go. Now from my left arm, through my face, washing my skull, my face, my throat, my nostrils, my sinuses, my brain, down the neck, down the shoulder, to the right fingertips. So left hand into the right receiving arm, starting at the head. Go. Palms facing together. Inhaling deep. And make like a snowball of white light. In the air around in front of you. Make it as big as you can, big as you'd like. Take this ball of light and put it around you. Bring it from in front of you to move it into the body, to the head, the torso, and then bring it down all the way to the feet. Wash the organs, Wash everything. Now we internalize the same concepts, processes. Imagine white light in your right eyeball, shooting into your right eyeball. It goes back to the backs of the skull, across from right eyeball to the left back of the skull, as if a light turned on. White light. Hold that light and add a light turning on the left eye, shining through from the left eye to the right back of the skull. These two lights on form an X in the skull, from right to left, left to right. The light beams cross each other, cleaning and cleansing in the skull and the brain. From the left ear, hold those two, the X beams of light, and now add a third from the left ear to the right ear, a beam shooting through white light, cleaning, cleansing. Now, keep that, 3 beams total, adding a 4th beam from the right ear through the left. Clean and cleansing. It could be running parallel to the previous light from left to right, but now, just like the road or a bridge, traffic on either side, light on either side. Finally, a 5th light, this beam shooting from above you, slightly above and in front of you through your throat, from the front of your throat to the back of your neck, to the base of that neck. Cleansing the throat chakra. I learned this from someone who's considered a living saint in India. And the chant here would be Thiru Nilam Kantam. Thiru Nila Kantam. It would be said, Thiru Nila Kantam. 2 more times. But you can just say ah if you'd like. Or you can do Tirunida Kantam. Feel the light filling the head, cleansing. And wash that light in the brain. Feel it in the brain and wash it down the spinal cord from all the way down to the tailbone. Inhale deep. And spread it from the spinal cord through all the nerves, calming the nerves, every nerve in the body, all at once, spreading out, as if from a trunk through the branches of a tree and leaves. Feel the white light in the heart. And clean the blood, washing white light into the heart, permeating the blood with the light, having it go through all the arteries and blood vessels, veins, capillaries. Inhale deep. Wash down the esophagus into the stomach and wash the intestines with white light. Inhale white light into the spleen on the left side. Near the floating rib. Exhale on the right side, white light through the liver. Inhale white light into the kidneys. And exhale, push the white light from the kidneys through the bladder, through the urethra, cleaning, cleansing. Inhale deep, white light into the belly. Spread the light wherever you want to soften. Inhale white light into the belly. Spread the light wherever you want to gain strength in the body. Inhale white light. Imagine the body, the cells, all of it being washed, the bones and the muscle, with beautiful light, strengthening, cleaning, cleansing. Imagine the hair, skin, and nails being filled with the light from toes to the top of the head. Any area of the body that you want to heal, send light. See the body covered in light, full of light. All the cells washed with light. Go deeper into the body. Deep, kind of like an ant-man. Going deep, deep, deep. Quantum level, going down to the atoms. Find the centermost point of your body. The centermost atom. Use the awareness. See it all as a body of light. Inhale into that centermost atom. And then say, spread the light through all the other atoms, clarifying the central point in the body. Have gratitude for the body. connection to the source of all things, any avataric energy you might engage with, and the highest self. Feel the body covered in protective armor of white light for your day. Even a beautiful crown on you, so that you're received by the world in a beautiful and gracious and honorable way. Gratitude for the body, the space you're in, the good people in your life, every cell, every atom. Send light to anyone you'd like to. The whole world, healing energy for the world. A specific person in your life that you love. Send them light. Imagine their body filling with light, protective white light, a bubble around them. Good things happening to them all day. Healing if they need it. Gratitude for the body, the space, the people. And I have gratitude for you guys. Thank you so much. We're going to finish with 3 ohms. Inhaling the A sound. A is silent. Pushing out a U sound through the lips, the throat, and bringing an M sound landing in the heart as if a plane is landing here. That is the proper way to say Om. Not O-M, A-U-M. Inhale the A, push out the U, let the M land in the heart. Thank you guys. If you have any thoughts, questions, or ideas, please feel free to ask. And please follow if you haven't already followed. I'm Coach Jan. And like I said, I'm doing my 36-hour fast today. So I sleep less when I fast. Hence me waking up at like 4 a.m. Went to bed very early though. I like to sleep early when I fast and wake up early. So check in the comments, see if there's anything that I need to address. But I'm always super happy to make a video for you guys if there is a specific question. So always feel free to let me know. I see there's 2 new messages over here too. So anyway, I love you guys. I hope you have a great Sunday. I'm in Los Angeles with a beautiful sky, as I said, coming out here, and sending lots of love and light to you guys. And of course, as I always say before I finish these things up, that if you ever want to train with me, I actually have thousands of hours literally on my YouTube channel at Jan's Tai Chi. There's cool stuff here on my TikTok, and I'll be putting more on here as well. But if you want longer form classes and lots of them, and also deep dives into lots of techniques. My YouTube is really the place to be. So that's Jan's Tai Chi, Coach Jan's Tai Chi on YouTube. So, but of course, please follow here on TikTok, because this is where I stream live several times a week, like at least 4 times a week. So, and sometimes more, obviously. And this is probably one of the longest lives, if not the longest live I've ever done. So, I love you guys so much. Always feel free to ask questions. And 17 messages. What does this mean? What are these messages? Okay. Well, I love you guys. Have a great day.